Welcome, ladies and gents. Welcome to the beginning of the week, technical analysis. Um, it was a beautiful week last week, ladies and gentlemen. Last week was probably the cleanest trading week I've seen in years. Everything was just textbook according to the concepts that we trade, which everybody know those are smart money concepts and ICT concepts. So, the AMD played out over and over and over and over again. The AMD literally played out every day of the week last as it usually does. I mean, some weeks, it's a little lopsided, or however you want to say it. But for the most part, accumulation, manipulation, and distribution is always occurring in the marketplace. It's just happening in macros, it's happening in intraday time, price action, it's happening in daily swing price action. Um, it is happening in long term price action. Accumulation, manipulation, and distribution is always happening. And it happened like clockwork last week. So, with that being said, you guys already know I've been bearish the dollar um, for the last month now. I've been waiting to see us give a definitive break in one direction out of this daily fair value gap. Last week, you guys know I was looking for a um aggressive move to either where I was looking I my bias was to the downside. So I wanted to see price close below, or should I say show displacement below this daily fair value gap, right? We see that displacement here today, right? And so last week we didn't get any displacement. It kept playing around, closing a little bit above it here, close a little bit below it there, close a little, but nothing definitive, nothing, no real, displacement in either direction. But we did see that today, right? And so I am looking for us to run this swing low, come down into this daily fair value gap to the downside from March the 14th. That's where my target is set for the dollar index. I want to see us come down into this daily fair value gap from March the 14th, right? Um, I will allow for pullbacks, of course. Price um never just goes in one direction forever. So we're always going to see areas of pullbacks or retracements or whatnot in price action. So with that being said, for Tuesday, we could very well see price pull back up into a premium of today's price action for the dollar, right? Which would be in this area, right? That's our premium price action for, or should I say, our premium PD array levels for today's price action. Um, and if price does give us a pullback, I'd be looking for us to pull back up into those premium levels and continue lower. Cool beans, something like that. So, oh, it's a little slotted up. This menu keep popping up in the way. Let me do that. So, looking for something like that out of the dollar. Now we could very well, with high impact news, we could just fall like a knife down into that daily fair value gap. That's always a possibility. So make sure you're always keeping your proper risk management in place. Make sure you're not over leveraging your leverage, and make sure that you are selling in a premium. And if you're looking to buy, make sure you're buying at a discount. Cool beans? Cool beans. So with this downward move today, we pretty much know that um currencies gave us that push up that we was looking for, that bullish move to the upside. Right? Told you guys last week that I wanted to see Euro USD run this high, and push up into these weekly PD array levels. We got a nice, thick, aggressive bullish candle up today, reaching for those levels, pushing towards those levels, should I say. I expect, we could see a pullback. The same with the dollar, just the opposite, because currencies is inversely correlated with the dollar, meaning they move in the opposite direction. So we will be looking for a price to pull back into a discount of today's price action for Euro USD, right? And if we're looking to catch this long to run this swing high and run up into here, we want to only be taking that buy down in this discounted area. Anything above that, you're wrong. You shouldn't be doing that. That's chasing, and you're not waiting for a discounted price. And just like when you go shopping in the retail store, you always want to buy on clearance or at a discount if you are smart money. If you're stupid money and dumb money, you just spend whatever on whatever, pay whatever for whatever, and you eventually end up broke or bankrupt. So same thing with day trading. We only want to sell in a premium. We only want to buy at a discount. So with that being said, looking at the pound, same thing. We'll look for price to pull back up back down into the discounted PD array level of today's price range to run the monthly buy side liquidity for GBP USD. And as you can see for NQ, price gave us a 50 pip move today, right? And has given us a over 100 pip move from last Thursday, right? Exactly what we expected. Now that we reached up into these weekly PD array levels, I do expect us to pull back down into the discount PD arrays of today's price range, or I'm looking for a real aggressive push to the upside to run this swing high and run into this daily fair value gap from January to 2nd. Cool beans, right here. Cool beans, cool beans. And last but not least, sweet old futures. ES, I told you guys that I wanted to see us run up into these PD array levels and eventually make a new all-time high running this weekly buy side liquidity. We did get back above the PD array level, so now I would just want to see us pull back down into Fridays. Even though we did today, it wasn't delivered efficiently. Look at this wick. I want to see a thick candle volume. I want to see volume delivered down into here, into this kind of price level, and then swing up. However, if we do respect the current PD array levels that we at, then I do expect ES to just fly to the upside and run that buy side liquidity before we close this week. Cool beans, cool beans. So with that being said, let's look at NQ. Same thing. Let me make the screen a little bigger for you. Same thing. We ran up and retested Thursday's discount PD arrays that we pushed through Thursday before last PD arrays that we pushed through last Thursday, right? We came back up into them today to retest them perfectly to the tick. Sold off, came back down, and now I want to see if we can hold this bullish candle. I don't want to see price close below this bullish candle. Yeah, we can pull down into the discount level of this candle, but I do not want to see us break and close below the opening of this candle. I said close, but I meant the opening, right? I don't want to see price break and close below the opening of today's candle for NQ. Want to see us respect this green candle, this bullish candle, and continue to push higher. If we do break and close the below today's opening, then I expect price to come back down into this fair value gap to be delivered efficient, meaning with volume, no wick, but a body delivered through there efficiently. And then whether we respect it or we come down and run this low, I will only be looking to buy from these levels. This fair value gap in this low, swing low, in this weekly low. Sell side liquidity, should I say. This weekly sell side liquidity, daily sell side liquidity, and this fair value gap. I'm only interested in buying from these discounted levels. I'm not interested in buying from up here. Only way I'll be interested in buying from up here is if we show support here within the discount level of this PD array, and I start to see a smart money reversal pattern off of those levels. And then I will take a buy up to these PD array levels, and these will be my TP. Cool beans? Cool beans. Now, before we get out of here, I know a lot of you guys have been seeing me post a lot and share a lot about dogs, right? So I do want to take a brief second to look at dog, show you what I'm looking at. This is the dog coin on the Bitcoin blockchain. It is the first of its kind. The first Bitcoin meme coin. That is significant within itself. And so I did want to see price pull back down into this fat value gap here at around 61 to 54, 53 right here, right? Price didn't do that. We're gonna keep going up. So what I want to see now is us reach up to 1 cent. 1 cent. I want to see us reach up to 1 cent. Where is one standard deviation? Right here. So this is a psychological level, one standard deviation, two standard deviation from this retracement. That's what I'm measuring. I'm measuring the standard deviations from this retracement. And three standard deviations and four. Standard deviations. Boom. So all of these levels, I expect a reaction off of, and I'll be taking profit at those levels, waiting for a pullback down into a discounted price level, and I will be putting the money that I took out right back in. So I'm not taking anything out to take profits or no, we're pumping this coin to $1, guys. And in order for us to do that, we all have to be on one accord. We all have to be of the same mindset, one band, one sound, one organism until we get to $1. Now, I'm not going to hold to $1 because everybody's saying that they're going to hold to $1, but most people are going to be getting out of their positions at around 70, 80, and 90%. So I'm going to start scaling out of my positions at 70%, and I'm going to scale out all the way up to 90%, and then 90 cent, and then I'm going to leave just a little bit in, probably about 10 or 15% of my total holdings, meaning I would have had cashed out 85% of my total holdings at this time. And at 90 cent, I'll leave 15% of my holdings in to ride the rest of the way for for price to do whatever it does, whether it keep flying up or whether it just falls down to zero. That's what I'll leave in, right? So um, I've been telling you guys about this coin ever since it went on the market back in April, right? April the 25th. And you had opportunities to buy in at 0.0018, 0.0023, 0.0029, 0.00. You had all these opportunities to buy in. Had you bought in at this low here, back on March the 15th, about 2 weeks ago. At current price, you would be up 380%. That's 3x. 3x.8 to be exact. So $200, you'd be up about $600 right now, and your total account size would be $800, right? So you can do the math on 3x, 3.8 or whatnot. So um, this is going to be a 5 to, I'll really say a 6 to 12 month hold, right? This has so much opportunity to be whatever you want it to be. It could be good short-term gains, as you can see within the last 2 weeks. You've almost you could have almost 4x your return. So this can be good short-term gains. It could be crazy um swing gains like holding for weeks or months, and it can be absolutely mind-blowing long-term gains if you're looking to hold this for a year or longer, right? We all know what happened with Dogecoin. Um, we all know what happened with Pepe. We all know what happened with Shiba Inu. So it's meme season again. We are in slap dead in the middle of meme season. And so things are about to start getting hot for crypto in the crypto industry. Keep in mind, we are in a presidential election year. So that's going to make things even hotter. Keep in mind that we did just have a Bitcoin halving that makes things even hotter. And so, with that being said, I've informed you guys. Again, this is not financial advice. Um, but I have informed you guys and showed you what my thoughts are, what I'm looking into doing with Dogecoin. And so you can take that information and take what I went over with you tonight and make your own decisions from there. So, with that being said, just let me give a disclaimer once again, because I forgot to give it at the beginning of the video. However, this is not financial advice. Anything that I shared during this analysis was for educational purposes only. I repeat, this is in no way financial advice. Anything that I shared during this analysis was for educational purposes only. Cool beans, cool beans. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the technical analysis tonight. As always, if these analyses add any value to your lives whatsoever, feel free to like, share, and most of all, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It really helps out a lot. Um, if you're interested in joining the private Telegram group, visit precisionpipsllc.com and sign up for the silver package. And with that being said, ladies and gents, I appreciate you guys coming out tonight, tuning in, getting this knowledge and empowering yourselves. Let your family and friends know you love them while they still here, please. And as always, peace and love, everybody. You know.